Welcome back to the Cinema Tirana YouTube channel. I am Stefano Tirana, the internet movie critic with a sheep-like personality, and today we're going to be talking about Disney Pixar's newest film, Soul. Soul came out over Christmas, exclusively on Disney+, which is a whole other bag of beans. Bag of beans? Why not? It's a pretty good indication of the way that cinema is never gonna really return to the way it once was, and with all the other news going on, it's a very interesting time, and it's a very interesting time to release a film like this. 2020, it was a very existential year for movies, as the business is kind of in collapse, but these kind of high concept films, like Tenet, also had a time to shine. And Soul I would consider as one of them. Soul is directed by Pete Docter. He is the director of many Disney Pixar classics like Monsters, Inc., Inside Out. So he is well proven his ability to direct, and needless to say, Pixar has proven itself to be an absolute powerhouse in the animation industry. Although their recent films have been hit or miss. Ever since Cars 2, I think Pixar has kind of lost its confidence. But with movies like Coco, Inside Out, and I'm even a fan of Incredibles too, I still have hope for every following Pixar release that comes out. So when I heard Soul was coming out, a film about a jazz pianist, a film that examines metaphysical realities, I thought it was right up my alley. And yeah, this film is pretty good. It's okay. It's not one of Disney Pixar's best in recent years, but it's also not a Good Dinosaur level failure of a movie. That's a little harsh, but Jamie Foxx plays the main character, Joe, is a struggling artist trying to achieve his dreams of playing in a jazz ensemble. And the jazz and the music in this film is really good. And as a musician myself, all the fingerings and the trombone movements are all on point. And it's really impressive, the level of detail that Pixar always puts into their films. And as a musician, I really appreciated it. Joe and his main adversary or partner in the film, 22, played by Tina Fey. 22 is a likable character. They are funny. They're good for a few chuckles throughout the film, and their character arc is really nice and really compelling and really sweet, and really pays off by the end. So I do credit the film with that. Rachel House plays Terry in the film. Terry is pretty much the character that Rachel House plays in Hunt for the Wilder People, which is a great film. It's a really funny film, and she does really great in this film, and I think she's one of my favorite comedic actors working right now, and I love seeing her in things. So I really appreciated that aspect of the film. The film is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. The visuals are mind-blowing. They're kind of interstellar levels of mind-melting, and with every film that comes out, Pixar is just stepping the game up in terms of its technical prowess. Where this film falls apart for me, though, is the story. The first act is great, but the second act is really where this film falters. It relies on a trope that had me thinking of Spies in Disguise, which is not a good comparison, especially when you are the most technically accomplished movie studio on the planet. Yeah, I could say that. I think so. The characters go through a Freaky Friday situation, which doesn't really make a lot of sense within the context of this film, because where does the cat's soul go? Do animals not have souls in this movie? I don't know. I have no clue. But my issues with the trope isn't really maybe the trope itself, but it's the kind of the average jokes and shenanigans that goes on because of it. This film is at its best when it's kind of rediscovering life rediscovering the beauty in everyday life, and having this kind of silly gag in the middle of the film is really a bummer for me, and I think holds this film back in a lot of ways. The final realization in the third act is absolutely beautiful and stunning and moving, and all the things you'd want from a Pixar film. So it brings it home in the end. I can't complain about this film. Maybe I like it more than I thought I did. Maybe. I will say this film relies on a lot of physics and metaphysics. It even explores quantum fields and the way they make up the universe in a really interesting way, with the characters all named Jerry. And a lot of philosophy and historical figures are portrayed in the film. But I think the film relies a lot on New Age beliefs and practices, which I think might rub some people the wrong way. Again, this film I don't think is trying to make any truth claims about the afterlife or anything like that. As the film clearly states, the great beyond is where all those things happen, and that's where the characters are heading and trying to avoid. I think the ending is something that maybe I could discuss in the next video. I don't want to spoil the whole movie for everybody. But yeah, I think I'd give this film a solid 7.5 out of 10. Yeah. It's a good film. It's a good time. It's quite the mind-expanding experience. And I think there's always a place for that. So, thanks for watching. Thank you for making it this far in the video. Since you've made it this far, you might as well hit the subscribe button and hit a like and leave a comment about where we agree, maybe where we disagree. Do you think I should have given it a higher score or a lower score? I also have a Ko-fi page. Ko-fi is a organization kind of like Patreon, but it's a one-time donation for supporting content creators like me. So if you've gained any value from this video, feel free to drop a buck. Never hurts. So thank you. Thanks for watching.